Hello there, my name is John and I am a nobody. Today I was originally planning on doing something slightly uncomfortable, but I played yesterday, which is why I'm still looking disheveled, and it was a lovely gig. It was a private function, but not like ones I've done in the past. So not for gynecologists or Green Party members who are just waiting to storm the buffet. No, it was a family affair and very nice, and held at a pub in a little town, and it was an intact family. They had kids and grandchildren running around. Everybody was there from the family. Everybody was having a good time. And the couple were older, and the man was 10 years older than his wife. And there was talk of him having some kind of illness. And so maybe this was the last big party that they'd be having for a while, if ever. The woman, the wife, was wonderful. She was dancing, like a sprightly 20-year-old to the music we were playing, which was probably the same music she had listened to as a young woman. And it was just wonderful to watch. There were 3 children outside who were practicing their dance routine for a song that we did. And it's just wonderful. The weather was great. No complaints at all. And I thought, well, hang on, they've done something right. I don't know what it was, but they listened to their inner voice maybe. And this is a story about me not listening to my inner voice and what it led to, which in many senses changed my life. For the good and the bad, but mostly for the good. So I've been sat at home working on my first oil painting, which is in the thumbnail of this video. And everything was great. I was in my little studio, and there was no reason for me to leave, but I had this invitation to this party. So I went. And the strange thing about the party was that there were lots of women there, which was weird because parties are not usually, the majority of the visitors, the guests, are not usually women. But there were a lot of women there, and I was just dancing nonchalantly to a South American rhythm. Don't do it. And there was an American woman from New Orleans off to my right, another woman off to my left, and behind me there was a Russian woman. And she grabbed hold of my arm and pulled me in her direction. So I had a typical moment of a football accident, that my torso turned towards her because she pulled my arm, but my lower body stayed where it was, and the kneecap came off. I didn't realize this at the time. I hadn't had much to drink at all, and I just saw black. I passed out, fell onto the floor. Everybody probably thought, oh, he's had one too many, which was not true. And the weirdest thing was that I saw the pain. I'd never visualized pain before, but I saw it. It was this shape, which was exactly the same shape that turned up on the X-ray picture of the damage that had been done to my knee. because when the kneecap came back, it slammed against the femur and broke a piece off. And the doctors had to find that missing piece. And the whole thing was fantastically done. But it took 6 hours, the operation. 6 hours. I still have the 6-inch scar on my left knee from that time. I got up after I'd fallen and ended up going to a bar without realizing that my leg was actually broken. So I was walking on it. And I went down the steps and sat on a stool with this couple who were there and was chatting away to them, and I suddenly felt really bad. So I got a taxi home, and in the morning I woke up and my knee was like this size. So I went to the hospital and the doctors sorted me out, but they were very interested in my injury because they wanted to find out what it was. Exactly, nobody seemed to know. So I caused a lot of excitement among the doctor community. They seemed to be almost jubilant, that they found a mystery that needed solving. Later on, after I'd had the operation and they had to take the drain out of my knee, there was like a little gaggle of healthcare professionals at the bottom of the bed. I still remember this very well. And when they had to take out the drain, the plastic tubing, I just watched their faces and they were all like, it must have been a pretty disgusting sight. Anyway, this led to a lot of things. I was supposed to go on tour in the States, which I obviously couldn't do with a broken leg. I was, walking for months on crutches. And it changed my life, but in many ways, in a good way, which I'll go on to at a later date, because I don't want to make this one too long. Yeah, learn from your mistakes, listen to your inner voice or your gut feeling is my tip for today. So take care of yourselves and those you love, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now, and Tschüssikowski.